Hi, artists. Today we are going into week 12 of art. I'm under the classwork tab and I'm using Mark's class as my example. And I'm going to jump right in to the Google slide to give you guys directions on today's project. So thank you for watching this screencast video. Um, so I am going to click it, but it's probably not going to load. So I already have it in another tab. And these are basically what we're going to be making. So I have a little video here that's going to tell you what supplies you're going to get and give a little intro to today's lesson. So I'm going to play that video for you guys now. Hello, my most amazing artists, and welcome to another week of art class. So this week is really exciting because we are going to be starting a new project finally, and you're actually going to need to go into your art bag for this because you're going to need to grab this paper right here, the copycat paper. You're going to need that today. Now, if you, for some reason, don't have an art bag, that's okay, because you can use actually a blank piece of paper, and I will show you how to do this at home. So even if you don't have an art packet, you can do this at home. You just need a piece of paper. Even if it's a lined piece of paper, I will take it. We are going to be talking about landscapes by Aranyi. So they're going to be inspired by it. So this is going to be a really fun project. What you're going to need today is a pencil. If you have a Sharpie, you can absolutely use a Sharpie. And if you have a thin Sharpie, you might also want to get that out. I will see you all in the next slide. I'll show you guys how we're going to do this project. All right, guys. See you soon. All right, so make sure that you have those supplies. In this slide right here, I'm talking about what is a landscape. And we are creating landscapes, so it's important to understand landscapes. Landscapes are pictures or paintings that contain mountains, valleys, bodies of water, fields, forests, coast, and they may or may not include man-made structures like buildings and people. So they're going to be anything that's going to have nature. Nature, it's going to be a piece of land that has something of nature on top of it. Now, it's not always nature, but typically landscapes are thought of as nature. So in the next slide, I'm going to show you how we are going to be creating these landscapes. Now, if this is too small for you to see, you can always click on the Google slide and watch it there. I'm going to make it big, though. And this is going to give you the step-by-step instructions for today and what we're doing. So let's make this big too. Hey guys, so today we are just going to be practicing how to make a Aranyi inspired artwork. So right here I broke down the steps on how we can create mountains in this style. So what you're going to do on this piece of paper is with a pencil, or if you have a marker, you can always do it with that too, because we are going to be using markers for this project. You are going to fill out this paper. Now, if I use a marker, which I think I'm going to use a marker, I want to make sure I put a piece of paper underneath just in case it bleeds through. So you're going to start out, you're going to put your name on this piece of paper, which my name is Miss Elliott, but you're going to put your name. And you're going to put your teacher. So for this, I'm going to say I'm in Mrs. Marks' class. So I'm just going to put Mrs. Marks. And basically, it has a step right here, and it's your turn right here, so you're going to copy it. So I see that there is a bunch of mountains, and then I see that there is ground. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this first with pencil. I'm just going to try and recreate those mountains and ground. So I'm going to go over this with Sharpie so you guys can see. And then you're going to do that again down here. So we're going to do that first step that we just did, which we went down, we went up, down. And now this is kind of going to be a little bit trickier. So you're going to start to add almost like W shapes. If you look, it's all like a W. And what I do, I'm going to outline. Oh, I'm going to draw my line too. I'm going to do this first with pencil. I'm going to follow this line that I already did. And I'm going to, maybe I'll do it actually. Okay. And I'm kind of making a W, and then I'm connecting it back to the point of the mountain. So I'm going to do that again. And I'm just going down, and then I make a W. You can make a few more lines if you want, but it always needs to connect back to the top of the mountain. So this one is going to be a little smaller. So I'm just going to follow this line on the side of the mountain, extend it, and then come back to the point of the mountain. And this one kind of goes off the page a little bit, so I don't really know where my mountain is. I can just have it go right off. So now I'm going to go over my lines with Sharpie. And we're just practicing this first, just so when we start our projects, we can make sure they turn out beautiful. Because practice makes perfect. So now we're going to repeat those steps one last time. So I'm going to draw the mountains. And then I'm going to draw those W's that go to the point of the mountain. This one, you can do more bumps. You don't just have to do two. And now, I got to add my ground too. You see these little lines in there? That's going to act almost as shading. It's going to add a shadow to our mountains. And I'm just doing this with pencil. And what do you guys notice about my lines? Are they going all different ways? They're going in all the same direction. And I'm going to zoom up so you guys can see that a little better. And then I'm going to use a thin Sharpie over it. If you don't have a thin Sharpie, you don't have to. You can just keep it maybe in pencil. Or if you want to try it with marker, you can. But you guys can do this right at home. If you did not get an art packet, you can just follow along with me and look at mine. So now I'm just going over those lines. This Sharpie's super thin, so I feel like I can even add more. Then I go with the pencil. And then I just have some lines, and this is like for a road. So you had like a horizontal line and maybe a line that kind of meets. And that is how you create mountains inspired by Jen Aranyi. Now, friends, if for some reason you do not have this paper, you could follow right along with that video, and you can just draw boxes right on a blank piece of paper. See? Now you can create your own mountain on a blank piece of paper. There we go. Simple and easy. All right, guys, so once you finish this paper, you just have to make a flip grid showing me that you completed it. All right, I'll see you next week when we start creating our masterpieces. Bye, guys.
All right, and you can also see this. It has the step-by-step instructions there, and you have it on your papers at home too. So this says turn in your work on Flipgrid. So you're going to go back to Google Classroom, click the Flipgrid link. It's going to ask you to join through your Google account. So I'm clicking this now, if it loads, and you just hit join with Google. You're going to hit your PV Eagles account when you do this. And mine might be really, really slow. Okay. PV Eagles. Let's click it. Okay, login successful. And it says, hello, my most amazing artist. Please create a flip grid of your Jen Aranyi landscapes. Make sure to tell me your full name and classroom teacher in the video. Here's my example video.
Hi everyone, this is my Jen Aranyi inspired landscape practice. So what I want you guys to do is just hold up your pieces. I used a marker, so tell me what you used, and just kind of pull it up to the camera so I can see that you did all the steps. And once you do this, just press turn in Google Classroom and you're all done, guys. Great job. I can't wait to see your drawings. Bye.
So you would just hit record a response. Once you finish this, then you're going to turn it in Google Classroom and you guys are done. I hope that you guys had a great time doing this project. If you have any questions, please email me.